welcome to Just a Gun Guy. I am the gun guy, and you'll notice that the start of this video is a little bit different. The reason for that, I'm trying a new thing. Got a new lighting contraption here that kind of holds my my phone, because I do all my recording on my phone because I don't have any fancy cameras or anything like that. So we're going to try this today. We're going to go over the overview of this gun, and then we will go out to the range, and then the rest of the video will be just like everything else you've seen in the past. Just this little thing on the beginning here is going to be a little bit different. So kind of bear with me as I go through this this new process of trying to review these guns. But I feel like you guys are going to get a better look at these guns this way than outside. So what I got today is I have the Dan Wesson Kodiak 10mm long slide. It's a 6-inch 1911, and this thing is awesome. I'll give you guys a good look at this. So there's that side, there's the front, which we'll talk about, there's the accessory rail, and there is the other side. So just so nobody's freaking out, drop the mag. There is nothing in there at all, so the gun is safe. So we can talk about it and be safe. So let's just go over the gun. So first things first, you'll notice it's a long slide. It is 1 inch longer than a traditional 1911, and it is chambered in 10mm. I've wanted this gun for a very, very, very long time. This is my own personal gun. I wanted a 10mm after I shot the 10mm Destroyer, which was a Glock 40. That was made custom by Joe Bell. That was not my gun. That was a gun that Joe lent me to review. And wanted a 10mm really, 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 really bad. And saved up my money, doing odds and ends stuff, and saved up enough money. Bought this bad boy. So I'm really, really excited about it. Have not got to shoot it a lot because of the situation that the whole country's in right now. I have my own range at the house, so I am able to just go out and shoot. The problem I was having was finding ammo. So I did locate about 150 rounds, and I had about maybe 100 rounds left. So I think I got enough to do a pretty good review on this. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's just talk about the gun. Okay, so 6-inch 1911 long slide. Start from the top and just work our way down. How about that? So we do have the adjustable target sights, and these are Dan Wesson's target sights, and they are dovetail Bowmar cut. Then we have the front green fiber optic. I will say that I think for my eyes, I think that my eyes like the red better than the green. Seems like I focus on the red better than the green. But I've only got about 75-ish rounds through this thing, so we'll see how that goes. But the blend job, if you can see on that front sight, and I'm trying to get it to focus, but man, they did an awesome, awesome job on this. I mean, Dan Wesson is known for being, from my research and from what I know, they're known for being probably... they're right below like a Les Bear, Ed Brown, Wilson Combat. I know those guys make phenomenal guns, and some of them are $4,000 or $5,000. But I'm telling you, there's not a lot of difference between this gun and one of those guns. It really starts to get into really nitpicky things when you start talking about the differences, and I'll try and talk about that a little bit as we go along here. But just like that front sight being blended like that, that just shows you the attention to detail already. I mean, that's contoured with the actual slide, and it's hard to see. I'm trying to get it where you guys can see it, but that does not really stick up at all until it gets there. They blended that with the actual slide, the top of the slide, which is really cool. Another thing you'll notice is that it doesn't have any lines. A lot of times companies will put like some type of like line things up here, like my Raptor has like scales that go across. A lot of people just do like, I don't know, like 8 or 10 lines that go across, really, and that helps with the glare. I kind of wish it had that. It's not like a big deal breaker for me, but this does have like a shinier finish. It almost seems like the finish that they're putting on Glocks now. That new ELDCX or whatever that is, that finish, it looks amazing. And even the new Gen 5 Glocks, they look amazing as far as their finish. It's supposed to be really, really corrosion resistant. I don't know what the name of this finish is. They have a name for their own finish, and for some reason it's slipping my mind. I'll try and look that up when we get out, before we get outside, and let you guys know what the name of the finishes is. But this comes in 2 different things, 2 different styles. So you got the all black with the bronze barrel and the bronze safety, and the slide release is bronze. And so the black and the bronze make it look really, really awesome. And I've never really been a fan of bronze very much, but just this gun in general with the bronze and the black, I mean, it looks awesome. One thing about that though, and I'll kind of talk about that, well, let's just talk about it now. So I was under the impression that this was like an anodized, like a super, super tough like finish on the bronze. But just after 75 rounds, and I'll see if you guys can see it. You see all that wearing off already? I mean, it's super tight, I know, and you're going to have some wear, and I get that, but I was kind of disappointed with that, because that was perfectly bronze. There was no marks whatsoever when I got this. And then that's probably about 75 rounds of shooting, and you can see it's starting to rub off a little bit. So it's like the controls and stuff rub off, and they turn back into just like a stainless look. I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed in that. And this is me just nitpicking. This is just, I mean, the gun is phenomenal. It is absolutely phenomenal. There's nothing wrong, and you're literally talking a cosmetic thing. I just wish that for the price that it was anodized to be bronze. That way it was a lot tougher of a coating, and it would stay that way forever. Okay, so you'll notice that it does have ambidextrous safety, right side and a left side. And if you can see, hopefully you can, the right side is actually smaller than the left, if you can see that. Yet again, I hate ambidextrous safeties. It's not something that I like, because I'm right-handed. I know if you get wounded, whatever. Well, this isn't a self-defense gun. The only time this is going to be a self-defense gun is if you're getting chased by like a bear. Then you're going to have to defend yourself against a bear. So, I mean, hopefully then I don't get my arm shot by a bear and I have to use my left hand. So, I'm not a huge fan of it being ambidextrous. It may be something that I work on and try and get it just to be single-sided. Wasn't a deal breaker by any means, but I did want you guys to see that it is smaller on the right side, which is where I hang my shooting thumb for my dominant hand. Okay, so we got the upswept beaver tail, and let me drop the hammer here so you guys can see the hammer. The hammer is really cool looking. I like that, and it's got little ridges. If you guys can see that, yep, right there, you see the little ridges? So that really helps to kind of get a hold of that and pull it. So it has a really nice upswept beaver tail, and it's really, really nice. The safety, by the way, is super positive. I mean, it's awesome. Really, really positive safety. You have 25 line per inch on the mainspring housing, and also 25 lines per inch on the front strap, which is really, really nice. Not super aggressive at all. And it does have, you can kind of see how they worked the underneath of the trigger guard a little bit to kind of blend that. So that, and then it does have a one-piece mag well, so the mainspring housing and the mag well are all one, and that looks so good. I'll try and get that That looks really, really, really good. It does have, I think they're G10 grips. They're really nice. They're kind of aggressive on these sides here, but then they're really smooth right here, and they feel really, really good. Not a big fan of changing the grips on the guns I get. I do like wood, so I may put some wood grips on here at some point. But that's farther on down the line. I really like these grips though. They're really, really nice. The accessory rail, so we'll talk about that. And you'll notice, most of you will notice something kind of off right off the bat. It only has one slot. Usually there's 3. And the only way to get 3 is to custom order that from Dan Wesson and have them make it like that. So it's just got the one. I don't have a light. I've never really carried a gun with a light. My TRP, I mean, that's got accessory rail, and I've never put anything on there. But when I get this done, there may wind up being a light on there, just because this is going to be kind of a long-range target and maybe hunting. Maybe. I'm not the biggest hunter in the world. Those of you that actually know me that I'm not a huge hunter, but I couldn't imagine not wanting to try and take a deer or a hog or anything with this thing, because that would be super, super cool. So we'll go to the front, and you'll notice that it does have a bull barrel and that it is crowned. So crowning, if you'll notice, it kind of starts on the edge and then it works its way in. Dan Wesson crowns all their barrels. That's what I was told by Dan Wesson, because I actually contacted them about custom making me one of these. I just went ahead and bought the production model. And then you'll notice that it has this guy right here. And most 1911s, if they're bull barreled, okay, they have like some type of this thing right here, but this seems more like a traditional 1911. Like this is like a plug for the spring. So when you rack this back, you see how it all stays. It's all compressed on the inside, so you just get the barrel, which is pretty cool. I like that, and it's really easy to take apart. I'm not going to take apart right now, but same way any other 1911 works. They recommend every 50 rounds you stop and oil it until you get through 500 rounds. So I did oil. I ran it like 75 rounds, and I stopped and I oiled it, and then I stopped shooting. So the one thing that I really want to show you guys is the trigger on this thing. I have never ever in my life shot a gun that has a trigger that is this soft, and this is a production gun. It is ridiculous, and I got my trigger pull gauge I'm going to show you guys, but I want to show you kind of right now, and I really want you guys to see it. So let me see if I can, there we go, let's do that. Okay, so just watch this, just watch. I'm not going to talk. So you got that little, you got your take up, whichever gun has take up. So there's the wall right there. Okay, now watch. I mean, it does not move. It breaks, and it is as clean. I mean, it feels amazing. Absolutely amazing. So the reset, look at that. I mean, it kicks my finger out, and then we're right back at the wall. And I am putting so much little pressure on this thing as we go. And then it breaks like glass. It actually is a little, I have to get used to it, because the break on this thing is so good that it surprises the crap out of me. I'm really trying to figure out, most guns I'm like, okay, now I know when it's going to break. I can really get honed in. This one here I haven't got quite figured out yet. So let's go ahead and let's do the trigger pull gauge. Okay, so we're going to go center of the bow, and we're going to pull, pull, pull. 3 pounds, 7.4 ounces. Then we're going to do 3. That's what we always do. We'll try and go center of the bow, pull. 3 pounds, 1.6 ounces. Center of the bow, pull, pull, pull. 3 pounds, 6.8 ounces. So you're somewhere in between less than a 3.5 pound trigger. And for anybody that shoots 1911s, you'll know that the inside, the way this works, the trigger bar that's inside of here, the sear, the actual the hammer, all this stuff works together, okay? And it's all metal. And as metal surfaces, they go over each other, over and over and over and over and over again. They polish themselves. So the bow will polish on the side of the frame. The sear and everything that's inside there that's rubbing together to make that hammer fall is rubbing together, and it will get better over time. And I'm guessing that this will have under a 3 pound trigger by the time it's fully broke in. You're going to be somewhere in the 2 pounds, 13, 14 ounces by the time this is broke in. And that's crazy because this is not a custom gun. This is a production gun. So what's the difference between like a Dan Wesson and a Nighthawk or a Wilson Combat or anything of that nature? And you really start splitting hairs when you start talking about that. So one of the biggest things that you could probably go to, and I could go get, and I might go get another 1911 out of my safe to kind of show you. So this back here is your slide to frame fit. You got your slide here and you got your frame on the inside there. And you can kind of see right here where the tip of my finger is, how there's like a lip right there. You see that? That little tiny, probably thousandth of a lip. So like on a Nighthawk or a Wilson Combat and stuff like that, that will be perfect. You won't be able to tell that there's anything there at all. Like it will all look like one unit. You'll still see the outline of where everything is, but it's gonna look like it's perfect. And this right here is your ejector, this circle part. And like a lot of guns, they'll be sticking out a little bit or they'll be off, and like everything is blended. So I guess you could say not everything in this is hand fit, but it does have a lot of hand fit parts. Everything on like a custom gun is all hand fit. There's nothing that's not hand fit. So everything's hand fit. This is probably, I don't even know percentage, maybe 50, 75% hand fit, and the other parts are just kind of drop-in parts. But the way this thing feels, the way it reacts, everything about this screams custom gun, and it's not. So we are going to go out and we are going to shoot it, and it did come with these Dan Wesson magazines, and they are 8 rounders, I believe. I got 2 of those, but I ordered 3 Trip Research Cobra mags with the base pad, and they look really good in there. So I got 3 10-rounders. We are going to go outside and shoot it a little bit, so you guys stay tuned, and we'll go outside and we'll shoot it a little bit. All right, so I cut real quick. Before we go outside, I did want to show you guys this. So I talked about like the fit and finish. So we got our Dan Wesson. It is clear. Okay. I'll go ahead and drop the hammer on that. And then I also have, and this is going to have a review later, this is a Springfield Armory Range Officer Compact. I wanted to show you guys the differences in the back. So automatically you start seeing it. You see the ejector. This ejector, you see how far that sticks out? Yeah. And then you can see, try to get it. You can see the frame is actually sticking out right at the tip of this finger right here. You can see the frame sticking out. And that's because this is just a slap-in gun, basically. I have parts sitting, they slap them in there. Not a lot of fitting goes into these. They're all mass-produced. That's just how it is. They don't worry about blending this stuff at all. So that's kind of that's not all of the difference between like this gun and a custom gun. There's a lot of differences, but that's where you, like me, when I look at a gun and they say it's custom, okay, let's see how this stuff's fit first. Let's see if it's fit where I can't see it. Okay, I know they're paying attention to detail and I know that it's working. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. No more with that gun. We'll go back to the Kodiak. We're gonna go outside. We're gonna shoot it. I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm going to do yet. I'm definitely going to do some distance. Definitely going to shoot this thing at 100 yards. See if we can kind of ring that 12-inch plate at 100. And we'll see what kind of accuracy we're getting at it. Bear with me because, like I said, I only got about 75 rounds through it. So I'll do my best. So hang tight and we're going to go out to the range. All right, guys, we're out at the range. Got the Dan Wesson Kodiak. Got the stock Dan Wesson mags, 8 rounds, 10 millimeter. These are loaded with Federal American Eagle. That's what I found. Keep in mind, this thing only has 75 rounds through it, and it's 500 till it breaks in. So any hiccup that I have during this review, I'm not counting it towards the gun or the mag, because I gotta get 500 rounds through it. So right now, first thing, just like we always do, got the steel plates down there. I think I got the sights kind of sort of where I want them. So we're going to shoot those and we're going to see where we're hitting. So 6 shots, 10 yards. Okay. I'm telling you right now, this thing, the way it's shooting is dead nuts. And you can't see it, but I'm going to take the camera up there and I'm going to show you guys. So I went through and I shot all 6. I came back and shot the next 2. And you guys, I'm going to walk up there with you guys, put the gun down over here on the table. I'm going to walk up here with you guys and I'm going to show you where these other 2 bullets hit. So check out the first 2 targets. Check that out. That right there is a good sign. Very, very, very good sign of what's to come. So now we are going to go over, and I don't have my silhouette targets because right now during the quarantine have not been able to get out and get any, and the cardboard I use I get from work, and as of right now I am non-essential. So we got a zombie target, we got the orange sticker on it. So we're going to get set up, get the camera set up, and we're going to do an accuracy test, and we're just going to see how accurate this thing is. So stay tuned, guys. So here we are, got the Dan Wesson Kodiak, 7 yards. Like I said, we're shooting at the zombie. We got that orange sticker on him. I'm gonna go for the black diamond in the dead center. That's where I'm gonna put my sights, hold them there every time and see kind of exactly where it's hitting. The trigger is extremely light, so I am probably gonna pull a shot. I'm gonna try my best not to, but I am still getting used to it. And we are using the stock Dan Wesson mag that came with the gun. So here we go, 7 yards, 7 yards. A little bit of a failure. Not the gun though. Alright, so I'll walk up here and take a look at it. You guys probably see it better than I can. Now I'm getting a good look at it. That is awesome. That's a pulled shot, and then there's 8 rounds in that. That is absolutely amazing. I'm not going to change my sights at all. Definitely going to leave them where they're at. Okay, so now 10 millimeter long slide. There's no reason to go from 10 yards to 50. We're going straight to 50. So we're going to go straight to 50, full mag. See how many times we can hit that 12-inch steel, and then we're probably just going to go straight to 100. I'm probably not going to go back. We're probably just going to go straight to 100. So we're going to get set up for that, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're at 50. Got the 12-inch steel plate. I did respray it, and I do have another camera down there. Got another phone. So I'm going to try and get it to where you guys can actually see these things hitting. So if you're watching the video and you don't see it, couldn't figure it out, I'm just an old country boy. I don't really know much about that stuff. So here we go, 50 yards. Got 10 rounds. Missed twice. By the way it looks like it's shooting just a shade high, but that's okay. So 10 rounds, 50 yards, hitting 80% with open sights, no rest. That's not bad. I would like to hit all 10, pulled 2 shots, felt it. So now we're gonna go back to 100, and we're gonna try and hit from 100 with 10 rounds. Okay guys, we're at 100. I've never shot this at 100. I was shooting a little bit high at 50. So I'm thinking if I try and hold dead center, I should hit somewhere around the same spot. So I've never done this before, so hopefully I hit. I think we hit 4, maybe 5 from 100. Actually, I had to aim just a little bit lower than what I wanted to. So, got the other camera rolling up there. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to walk back up there, and I'm going to give my final review of what I think of this. All right, guys. So, final review of the Dan Wesson Kodiak. I mean, there's not a lot that I could say that I haven't already said. This gun is amazing. This gun is... It's by far probably one of the most accurate guns I've ever shot on the planet. My CZ Shadow 2 is stupid accurate, but I think this thing is way more accurate than it is once I get fully used to it and get it fully broke in. The plan is for this gun is that it will go back to Dan Wesson. The slide will be milled. I'm putting a Trigicon SRO on it, and it will have a red dot, and then it'll be lights out. There, no doubt, no doubt. So final review, final score. As you guys know, if you're new to the channel, I rate things on a 5-star scoring system. Nothing ever gets 5 stars. Nothing will ever get 5 stars, because that's me saying that there's not a gun out there that's better than this one. And even though I love this gun, that's a lie. So there is a gun out there that is better than this one. I've just not had the pleasure to shoot it yet. So star wise, this is getting 4.75. I mean, this is top echelon of things that I've shot. This thing is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. 10 millimeter. I mean, those are just standard American Eagle rounds. They're not full power loads. They're not anything like that. So, I mean, that accuracy could shrink. And accuracy shrinks, you're talking same hole accuracy. So this gun is absolutely fantastic. I love it. I love everything about it. If you're in the market for one of these, they are super hard to find right now, but you can find them. Just talk to your local gun dealer about getting you one in. Other than that, sorry it's been so long since I've done a video. As quarantine kind of kept me inside for a little while, but finally breaking back out. I'm gonna start doing some more videos for stuff that I can do videos for. But I am just a gun guy. God bless you. God bless America.